Welcome everybody, man. This is the first installment of the Culturally Correct show.
Yes, sir.
We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Damon Golden. You can call me Dame, though. I'll let everybody else kind of introduce themselves.
Yo, sincere journalist, historian, all around good guy. Happy to be here with these gentlemen today. We're about to get it in.
Awesome.
My name is Kyle Morgan, also known as K-Mo Cuts. I'm a barber and I'm the least racist person you ever met. But yeah, just a cool dude all around. I mean, but you know,
like if you have to say
hey, I mean, but it's
white
cool
friends.
with Trump dude.
I got two white friends at my house.
The fact that you have to say
I mean,
it,
I just wanted to start off like that. That's how you start the year off.
I feel you.
It's Rome, the entrepreneur. And we on the culturally correct.
Yes, sir.
Awesome sauce. Well, hey, man, we have a few topics that we are going to jump into today. All of them being very, interesting in nature. So we're going to start off with this first one, man. I know that tonight, actually, I don't know what year it is, but the Grammys are going on tonight. I think it's like the 60-something, I don't know, 68th or something like that, something crazy. But there are a lot of black nominees. There's a lot of, female nominees. There's just a lot of, good music that's been created these last couple of months, these last few months, over the past year. And so with all of us kind of being into all genres of music, how do we feel? What do you guys think about the current state of music, as a whole? I know we primarily digest, hip hop.
Yeah,
that's kind of our staple. But how do we feel about the current state of music? Period.
It sucks, man. No,
Trash.
I'm just kidding.
It's trash.
Hey, I mean, no, I understand it more now. The older I get, I understand where music is going, and I'm starting to be okay with it. But I grew up in that era where, things weren't just blatantly said as much. It was more innuendos and and even in the music, it was more creativity and how you delivered it. Bars. I don't hear bars anymore. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole different topic.
But it's with everything, man. R&B music, no subject matter no more. I mean,
just grab or buy it.
Yeah, grab or buy it. There's no.
Just
shout out
grab
to
or buy it. Just real quick. I wonder when they gonna remix
It's not
me.
subliminal anymore. They
it
just tell you, straight up what it is. There's no creativity. You say where it's going now. Where do you think it's going now?
The thing that I noticed, and the thing that you got to give credit to is music the music now has a lot of melodies and the beats are more driven now. So I see that the actual art form, as far as making it, not just the vocals, but the actual making of the tracks, is going further. Like, you think of like Timberland when he first produced a mill with Aaliyah. It's like he was creating all these new sounds we never heard before. Now you hear all of these artists' beats, and it's like they're so futuristic. There's that new sound, but the creativity ain't there like when Aaliyah was.
Well, they used to all get in the studio together. Now I can email you my vocals.
Yeah.
You can hit me with the beat.
And I could
that
dish
organic? Where's that organic creativity?
I just think, this is my opinion, what we are fed is different than what we can listen to. Mass media, radio, online listening, is different. Because when you go to look for your own person, shout out to her, that she goes hard. She's R&B.
Her is.
But they don't play her on mainstream radio.
No.
You got to know about
Hit me to her. Like, what we
Like,
talking about?
And that's probably one of the biggest issues. Yeah, I mean, you have to
go look for your.
Jay said this. Jay-Z said this, man. He said that you have to mine for good art. And so what do you mean by that? You have to sift through a lot of junk in order to get to the good stuff. And she is a prime example. You have to go through a whole bunch of a mess in order to finally reach, this good stuff. But if the name is H.E.R.
Okay.
And so
I'm checking that out.
Listen, when I tell you that her whole project is called, I was hip to her like before she put this whole collective together. But her, Daniel Caesar,
Yep.
is another one. I just
I'm
got
lost,
hit
B.
this one chick named Kirby.
I'm kind of lost.
I don't know how to say this
kinda
dude's
lost.
name. I think it's Black, but the B is a 6.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was calling him Six Lack for a minute. People was
Six
laughing at.
Lack,
Hey,
wow.
but it looks like it. It's a
You're
six
definitely
and then Lack.
showing your age.
Hey, look, man. Hey,
Listen,
just
I
wanna
have
hear
never heard
heat.
it said. I always see it. I've been listening to it.
Yeah, it's
but I
black,
haven't.
though. It's black.
Okay.
'Cause he got some dope music.
Yeah.
But I think like when you was talking about Jay, like there was this part where Jay, I watched this little interview where Jay was talking about how people are so quick to judge now. Like right now, 5 years from now, we might go back and listen to music and really view it differently. Like I remember for me, Electrical Circus by Common was that album that I didn't feel at first, but then as I let some years pass, I went back and listened to it. I was like, man, he's so forward thinking. He's so dope. You know, what he was doing, but it's like it wasn't at that time. His music is timeless, but it wasn't that time for it yet. You know what I mean?
Futuristic.
It was
He
futuristic.
experimenting a little bit then.
Can we be victims of that right now? Because I really, honestly, I don't
No.
listen to nobody right now. I really don't. Like, I'm still listening to Biggie. I'm still
Right.
listening
I listen to the
Biggie.
music. I do. I listen to Lil Uzi Vert. I do. But it's because
We won't judge you.
Listen to
I
Uzi?
ain't going to his concerts. I'm not.
Would he be your friend, though?
All my friends are dead.
Yeah, like
Why,
could
though?
Uzi
Why?
be your friend?
You gotta listen to it. You just
No, I
got. You
can't-
don't.
Uzi, if you can't be my friend, I can't listen to
Nah,
your
I
music.
listen to new music too, but some of that stuff I just can't. I
You
can't
can't get
really.
with it.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't get with it.
But
Right.
I mean, I listen to him. It's fun music.
couldn't be
I don't
my
have to
friend,
listen to it all day, every day. When I'm in a mood where I just want to chill out, have some fun, some upbeat music in the background, that's what you play because that's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, in the barbershop, you know, I put on the 2017 or the 2018, but it's a lot of times I hear and I'm like, what is that? Especially what's the redhead dude's name?
Lil Yachty.
Yachty.
Lil
Yachty.
Boat,
Lil
Lil Boat,
Boat.
man. The melodies he be hitting you with, B. It's so terrible. I'm like, what is wrong with him? Like, it's
But not
no
only-
music.
Not only with hip hop, man, but like all music. I mean, do you listen to everything? Rock? You know, I mean, nothing is.
I'm starting to be able to do that. Like Dibble and Dab, I still don't feel country music. I just don't feel like it has.
Right,
any
but
Oh,
I
you're
think with-
missing out.
New
on
it
country
has
music.
it's too simple, man. I mean,
New
it's
country
like-
music sound like it's really what R&B is. What's that? I can't.
then
cruise.
it's not country anymore.
It is
It's not
country.
country if they
No,
sound like
you-
R&B.
You putting them in a bubble.
No, if they sound like R&B, it's
well,
not
even,
R&B. It's
even,
R&B.
Even
no?
Taylor Swift, right? Isn't she starting to delve into the?
She's
the-
more popish.
Right.
What most people in John Rush.
Yeah, diehard country fans don't claim
Taylor
Right.
Swift.
don't claim Taylor, and they don't really claim. I've learned too. They don't really claim another group, Rascal Flats. Rascal Flats is dope. They're country. I love them. Wake up and teardrops. That's my joy.
Okay.
But
listen to
country
K
music-
Love. I listen to K Love. I listen to the.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting. I'm really expanding. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to gospel. Country just don't. It's not creative enough. But I haven't heard none of the new stuff. So I
You gotta-
want
oh,
you.
listen,
Dang.
got
man, it's
Old country,
irresponsible,
2
man.
tears and a.
Yeah,
yeah.
They tell stories.
Oh yeah.
But
They-
I mean, they're basic like we walked down the street together and we did.
Well,
this.
if you don't listen to it, how you know what
clever.
they saying?
I've heard it.
No,
I've
you
heard
heard
it.
that.
You,
I've
heard
might
it.
have had one bad experience. You gotta go back, man. Give it a shot. You gotta go back. You gotta expand your horizons. You know what I mean?
Open your
I'm
mind.
growing. I'm growing as an individual. I'm Kyle Morgan, and I'm learning to grow with the music and the culture. For culturally correct, but I'm sorry, country has not done it for me yet.
Ain't made it to you.
Well,
I'm growing though. I'm growing.
That's cool. Migos just dropped the album,
Culture 2.
So you know they got a. Like,
Haven't heard it
24
yet.
I haven't listened to it yet. It came out Friday, right?
Came out Friday.
How do y'all
They
feel
claim.
about Migo?
Well, they claim that they're the biggest band ever. Recently. You agree with
Recently.
that?
You mean like
Like
recently
how-
they said that or
Man.
Recently, they said that they're the biggest band
Man,
Right now, since they came, they are. Since
at
they
the
have
moment, but they said ever.
That's like that whole Kevin Durant is better than LeBron type talk. It's like, give it some years. Like, you ain't even had a full season yet. Like, you heard every time I turn around, but you know what I'm saying? But
No, they got
Migos is
some-
nice though. They
now-
trending. They're
now,
trending.
In this comment, were they talking about just like group period or rap group?
I think
Because
they
What
put a
interview was this?
period
Because they
on
give
it.
awful
They're on the
interviews.
cover.
You put
They're
a
on the
period
cover
on it, so
of
you
Rolling
talking about
Stone right now.
Outkast, you talking about, Fugees. Come on,
Wu-Tang
man.
Clan.
You talking about Wu.
But
Come
then also
on,
too
man.
though, you got to check out
Run
like,
DMC.
okay, what criteria are we?
That's true.
Are we judging this off?
I know.
of?
I mean,
But
they
you
don't.
judge
They don't. They
mumble
don't.
rap. They got it.
they
They
don't
hands
lead-
down.
they
Well,
don't-
not even just because of the mumble rap thing, but if you're gonna go off of like sales and things of that nature,
No,
They not topping that sales.
They don't-
You can't because we don't consume music the same way that we used to.
Yeah.
Like you can't compare
That's
them
true.
to
That's
Outkast
the gap.
because we don't consume music the same way. But what I can tell you is, as far as like the international appeal and things of that nature, like I think it's very fitting that they call their albums culture because they do move culture. Like they do
I agree.
have
I
you know what I
agree.
mean, the ability to push culture forward. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at like him, the dude Quavo and Offset. Between those two, they're like on everybody's.
Everybody. They've been on
Every-
country.
But they say the
Like-
other one is the best one now. They claiming that he's the best.
I will say this: I listened to a couple of tracks, and it's easy to. The other thing I like about this,
You can
group,
identify them.
you can identify each one. Like their voices are distinctively different.
And their style of rap is,
Yeah,
too.
and I appreciate it. And
I think
I
they
will
just
say the
having their
third one.
moment.
I just feel like we talking about the state. I just feel like right now we give so much credit to trending, and that's in everything. It's like when you look at things, we say, "Oh, it's trending," so it's like they're the hottest new group. No, you're not. You have longevity plays a part
Right.
in greatness and legendaryism.
No,
You know what
because
I mean?
Lauryn Hill got one album.
Facts.
But
One album.
it's not. But you
Facts.
know what?
And
Hey,
she's a
hey,
legend,
hey,
like,
hey. But
she's-
can you put that in right now?
But
yes.
You could put. Thank you.
No,
That's-
no, you
that's
said
why it's
longevity.
legendary.
That
You
was
might
your-
not ever put a Migos album in ever again in life after
Right.
this year.
You
Right.
will put it in.
After
I
this
don't
year,
think so.
that's
They-
why I say
they
it's,
been
you gotta be trending and being legendary is two
And
totally
we gotta give
different
Lauren
things.
3 albums, man. 2 with the Fugees.
No,
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 we got
no.
one solo joint.
Yeah, we not
Hey,
going with
nah,
solo.
but this was when we
'Cause
had
you
them
don't
talks
give Pop
about
the Diddley
3000
Underground
being a
CDs.
GOAT. He don't even
Sometimes
have
we
an
do.
album, but you goating him. Rome, you goated Andre, and he don't even have an album by himself.
I don't think he needs one.
That hey y'all, but
is-
just see what I'm
he's
saying.
in the conversation.
You
though.
so you mean to tell me Lauren ain't goating?
No,
I'm not
no.
saying
This
she's
is
not,
what
but
you said.
saying
Longevity.
that it
They
takes,
gotta.
yeah, you gotta put projects into things. Of that
That's
nature.
what I'm saying. The
letting you know
longevity of that music, that music is timeless. That she produced.
What's the Migos run right now? How many years? So
They've been
far?
out 5,
Man,
6
listen,
years.
they've been- since
5,
Versace,
6.
Versace, Medusa
Yeah,
had
they-
done it.
But how long are we gonna be Versace?
It's 5 years
They're still
now.
going platinum. Like, they're still selling. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but 5 years from now, we might not ever even bring them up in the conversation.
No, because their
They
impact.
might-
So right now, it's impossible not
When
because you might not, but it's a realm of 15 to 20-year-olds
Oh, yeah, facts.
who will bring it up.
Oh yeah,
This is what they grow up on.
yeah, true.
but
Like all the
because
groups-
if I play, and this is just gonna show
The age, yeah.
the age, but if I played
Because me and Damon are youngsters.
quit that.
hot-ish, I'm going down, but like that's not something that y'all would probably go to, but for me, like that was like my like.
That was
You know what I
cold.
mean? Like,
but I knew
all,
then.
all the
I-
Nelly stuff, like,
But it was
He was
greatness.
like the
but
Migos
it
of
wasn't.
my
It
time,
may
you
not
know
have
what I mean?
been legendary though. It was greatness. You know, the swimsuit. All that stuff was great. But it's not. It's not legendary though. It's not. And that's what I say with the Migos. It's like you said, you the best. Period.
I
There's
don't
too many legends out
We
here
need
to
that
even
direct
speak
quote.
like that. We can go
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
George Clinton if you
Let
want
me
to
see
just
if I can
start
get
talking
that.
about.
Because ain't nobody legendary in that fact. If what you're saying, you got to be 20 years removed to be legendary.
It's not what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that's what they said. They said they're the best. Group
No, but
ever.
your definition of legendary is you
If
got to
we're
be
talking
24
ever,
removed.
ever is ever. Ever is ever. You can't say I'm the
How many-
best ever. That's like LeBron
How-
saying I'm the best ever and
How
Jordan
many?
not coming up in the
can
top.
Can somebody look this up? How many albums did Jimi Hendrix have?
1.
One.
Wow. But it was a legendary album, and you still can play. It's still timeless. That's what I talk about. The body of
Actually,
work.
2. I'm sorry. He had Are We Experiencing Electric Ladyland? But he has like 100 albums after that people put out. You know what I mean?
Right,
Live
right.
albums.
I just feel like the body of work, it'll speak for itself in time. Like we're answering a question that really we can't answer for a few years.
nah, I agree.
I just think this, to them,
I got it.
they're legendary to somebody.
Migos claim they're the biggest group ever in any genre.
quote unquote.
Listen,
Hey,
man.
Monique says
Quote
she's
Can
the
I,
most
can I say something?
decorated
They also
comedian.
have.
What does
They
that
also
mean?
have deal with Nike. I'm like, these things count. Like, yeah, I know it's hard to kind of like, you know what I mean,
Let go of
to let go
of the
of.
past.
No,
of
I
the- but
like
I'm just
Migos.
saying,
I like
they,
me. Hey, listen,
they're
if I'm in the
making
club
moves.
and Migos come
He
on,
sound a
I'm
lot
still,
like
I'm
Joe
still
Budden.
grooving.
He sound a little like Joe Budden. You
I'm
about to
still
beef with
grooving.
him.
I'm not. Hey, I'm definitely not Joe Buttoning right now. I need a couple more cigarettes to get my throat. No, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that they not doing their own thing. I'm just saying sometimes people get to saying that they on a level when you haven't even had enough time in the spot to even be there.
Epic 24-track LP features an all-star lineup of guest features. With 21 Savage, Drake, Gucci Mane, Travis Scott, Ty Dolla $ign, Big Sean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Post Malone, and 2 Chainz all making an appearance. The album boasts just as much flavor and firepower behind the boards, with Metro Boomin, Pharrell, Zaytoven, Mike Dean, and Quavo among some of the notables.
A lot of people.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to visit the site.
I guess that'll be my car ride to work album listen to for the next week.
I'm gonna check them out, man.
Chop it up about a whole host of topics. During the conversation, Offset, Takeoff, and Quavo made a pretty bold claim. Wait for it. They declared themselves the biggest group ever of any genre. Let's take a listen.
Do y'all feel like, man, that Migos, no disrespect to anything, are the biggest group in hip hop right now? The biggest group ever.
No, that was a stage question.
I mean, but he said that. That's
They say ever in hip hop.
No, they said ever.
Genre,
And
ever.
ever.
Come on, man.
This is what I'm gonna say.
Come on, man. I'm
I'm
just
gonna
saying.
have they back because whenever you do something, you're supposed to be the best at it. And your
Yeah,
mindset,
you're supposed to say that.
like
yeah.
everybody mad at Kanye for
But-
saying he's a god,
but-
that's how you supposed to.
But
think.
honestly, do you feel they're the biggest? I mean, ever, any genre?
Let's skip any genre. Let's just talk about in hip hop.
Never.
In
No.
hip hop, are they the biggest?
No.
I would say Wu
At the
Tang
right.
is probably one of the most.
It's Wu Tang forever.
Influential.
Yeah,
Like
Wu Tang is crazy. I don't know, but here's the other piece though. I feel like a lot of people don't.
Slum Village was better.
Some
than
people don't.
Slum Village.
That's roots.
Don't get me started.
But I feel like too there's a piece of nostalgia that happens like, and because if you don't have those nostalgia points, you'll never be able to surpass what came before you. And so like for instance, and this could be a whole other topic. We can't get into it today, but I feel like, and people bash me for this all the time, Third Friday was the best Friday out of the entire Friday. You know what I mean?
Friday after next.
It's
the
very
Christmas
memorable.
joint.
Yeah.
It's very
Christmas
memorable.
one was the best one, but because
Ooh, that's
the
deep.
first one,
I say the second best
The-
one out of
a lot of
That's
people say,
deep.
"Oh man, ain't nothing better than the first one." And the only reason why they say ain't nothing better than the first one because it's the first one.
Yeah, I just
Like there has to be more evidence as to why it's not better than
Yeah.
just because it didn't come first. And so I think sometimes it happens in music where somebody says, "Yo, I'm the best ever," but yeah, you're not the first to do it. Why is that even relevant? Like, yo, I'm the best ever. That's how I feel. That's but they don't get those nostalgia points, and sometimes like it just kind of hurts.
I
groups
think
like
they
the
got
Migos.
it because I think they started this wave of rap that it is today. It's them or Future.
They
One of the
didn't-
two.
No,
It's-
Gucci Man started them, man. That whole sound is Gucci Mane's. That's not even them. Like you listen to them and you hear Gucci all over it. So Gucci was doing it before them, and then they got put out there.
I don't know. if
The
Gucci was
whole
rapping
stint,
like that.
Nah.
the whole stint, not exactly, but the whole stint that they went on was why Gucci was locked up. If Gucci was still out, it wouldn't be no Migos. It wouldn't be no Migos, and that's how I feel.
That's like saying because no Wayne,
we can
well,
tell
because
you
Wayne,
feel that way. We
Wayne
can
got
tell.
locked up, it'd be no Drake because that's when Drake blew up. When Wayne was locked up.
Hey,
This is what I say. I know that them feeling that way. Like if it came to just hip hop, I'm saying right now, you would have to put them in just groups of all time. You'd have to put them in the top 15.
Never.
groups.
You would have to put them in the top 15.
If you
If
say
they
so.
stopped right now, you
There
would
isn't
have
a
to
lot
put-
of groups out there in hip hop. That's part of the problem.
I mean,
But if
right,
we were
right,
judging
yeah,
them
yeah.
per artist, they would be in the top 500.
No,
Facts.
Per artist?
You gotta put them in the
Per
top 15.
artist?
And the reason why I say
I don't
that
even
is
know
because-
it's Offset, Onset, Buy set.
Reason why I'm saying, reason
They,
why I'm saying that
by
is
artists,
because
nah, man.
not every group can say that they've had a run this
Like
long.
no.
They
They're
like,
goating,
you
but
gotta-
they're goating, but they're-
Versace came out when? Somebody just needs to tell me that. When did Versace come? Is that like 10 maybe?
Not that. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Might
11,
been.
12, something like that.
It's been
a minute. We give
been
credit
at
where it's
least
due.
8.
But y'all talking about like singles, man. Have they put out a complete project?
But who does nowadays? Like that's the
You don't
other,
have to.
That's the other piece. And I'll go back to the fact that we consume music differently than we used to. We used to judge off of a complete album. Now it's like, yo, put these singles out.
Because before a complete album was 2 songs. That was a complete album on a record. When we grew
What year
our
was you
family-
talking about?
But that used to be a complete record.
I think that was
Well,
probably.
I thought 11 was skimp. When
That
Jay
was-
dropped 11 songs on this stuff, they was like,
I
Jay,
would
you
say-
skimping me.
I would say 9 or more. You know what I mean? 10 or more. But what I'm saying is this: like, you got to realize things are just completely different. Like, for instance, you notice that somebody will drop a single because that's what they encourage you to do is drop singles. You drop a single. If that single catch, then what happens is you put out an album. Late you go and you complete an album and then you throw that single on the album. Like for instance, DMs going down in the DMs. That was just a single. Like that was like Gotti just like that was like a throwaway to him. But it took off, and then after it took off, they went ahead and put it on a project. They threw the single out, and then they put it on the project. And because they did that without however they score everything, it already made that project like a great seller because that single had did so much work.
But the album's
Right.
probably trash though, right?
The album, I
didn't
have to
listen
go back
to
and
it.
listen
See what
to
I'm
it.
saying?
I'm talking about. Let's not talk about sales. Let's talk about complete.
Bodies of work.
And my
Dope.
only rebuttal to that is they're not making
In that type of
complete albums
And-
anymore.
and-
That's not how they're
Is
doing
it
music.
so? My question is that our fault as consumers, or like I mean, because it's like
I think
I don't. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like I grew up on tapes. You know what I mean? Where I had to rewind to certain spots and this and that. And most likely, I'm gonna listen
And
all
you
the way.
didn't get access to the music until it came out. Like you didn't get on the internet and download it. You had to wait till the album
had to
came out, and you had to buy the whole album,
Or somebody tapping you, hey, have you heard yet? And then
or you
know,
taping it off the radio.
and then CDs, and now it's like this internet thing is just like, fast forward through everything. It's almost like don't even listen to the whole
People
song.
already-
I think people don't have to make full body of work because at one point you had a tape, had whatever, and you had to listen to get to your song. Fast forward, whatever, but you wanted to listen to it to get to your song. They always made the song that was hot in the middle of a tape.
Yeah.
It was never in the beginning or the end.
Yeah.
And so now, then come CDs, you can skip. Oh, it's number 5. I'm gonna go straight to the song I know. 5.
I mean, now you ain't even got to buy the CD. You
just
make
get the song
your,
you
you
want.
get your song, make your own CD.
So
Yeah.
And that's like I said,
Pandora's
we
really wild with
are judging the artist. Lots of times we judge the artist today off the rules of yesterday.
Yeah.
And
that's a
we're
good-
I can
just,
stand by that.
we're just not. We have to be able to consider the circumstance because oh boy, the watch me whip, watch me. That dude got a deal off of one song.
Yeah.
Like
What's
legit.
that?
His
That
name is
rolly,
Salento, I
rolly,
believe.
rolly.
Ayo and Teo.
With a
whatever.
bottle
Yeah,
of
they
Teo.
Mayo
Oh,
and Teo. Mayo.
That's one song, man. They off of one song. They got a deal. I mean, that's all it takes now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and really, everything is backwards because it used to be, it used to be set up to where A&R would find somebody with talent and then, the record company would invest in them and then hopefully, build up enough
Work,
traction,
yeah.
in order to do something. Now it's like record companies are only looking for people who are already moving and putting in work, outside of having a deal. Like, so, if you don't have a following or a movement, you probably not going to get a deal. They're not out there just looking for talent.
Yeah.
So the record company, I would say the issue is with the record companies.
Well, most people don't even want record deals anymore because it's
They don't
like
need 'em.
if you get jumping, it's like why would I even bring you in on my money? Like I can make $1 million with them, but then I might make 1 million sales and make twice as much money. 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think it's a mixture of the culture. It's just a culture change. You know what I mean? And it may not be culturally correct to us, but it's a change.
It definitely, the way that music is consumed and the way that they promote music now, and the way that these record companies,
Where's
try
Leo
to
Cole?
find they always trying to find the next hot thing. It definitely hurts music, in my personal opinion, because it doesn't encourage, like Sincere was saying, it doesn't encourage the artist to make a complete body of work, and that is what made 444. It's kind of segueing because he's nominated for a bunch of Grammys, but that's what made 444 so awesome.
Yeah.
Was that there wasn't we're not consciously trying to make anything that's going to get a lot of spins on the radio. What we are going to do is we're just going to make something that is honest. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to, I think the same thing is true with her, how we mentioned, that artist earlier. Like,
I think they're losing artistry, and I think that has to go to the record companies. Record companies took the artistry out of the music. They wanted to, songwriters couldn't be songwriters. They wanted to go with the new sound or what was happening. They didn't let people do their thing. So a lot of artists got lost trying to be something that they weren't. And so now we see the people that's hot, Migos, Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert, they're not artists. They're performers.
yeah.
And now
I can see
artists
that. I can
like
see
her, Jay-Z, they're
Trippie
building
Six.
and painting pictures for us. But you got to go look for those artists.
Yeah,
I
because
think- I
it's
think
not
we was
it's not
spoiled
in the
as
front.
kids. Like you get like a performer to me would be like Busta Rhymes. He was like mad, but he was also lyrical, and you know what I'm saying. So now we look for that, the complete package, and they may not have that, and then it's like I'm turned off. But it's like a kid didn't get to hear Busta Rhymes, so they may see music a totally different way than what we see it.
They
Baby,
do.
you turn me on. Hey, listen, I don't know what he was saying, but woo!
He said it. So let me ask this. I think you kind of answered the question, kind of, Dame, already. But I guess to Roman Sincere, what changes do you think could be made to help the industry and the state of music right now?
I think they got to get back to the creativeness. You know what I mean? Like everybody's following the next person. Oh, he's doing that. I'm about to do that too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Nobody's separating themselves. Like back in the day, that was called biting.
Yeah.
You know, there was
Why
not
is it like that now?
there was
though?
not one person that was like this cat or that cat. Everybody had to come with their own style. Now, if he's going with this producer and this sound, that's what I'm doing.
But
you know.
why has it come to that? I
Because
never
they see
thought
us
that
making
was
money
cool.
right
It's
now.
because of sales. It ain't about the artistry. It's about
Yeah.
what's hot, what's happening. I honestly don't think nothing should change.
You think
Everything
it's
makes
an
full
era?
circle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
agree. I agree.
because it goes back to like, and it goes back to the fact that what you're looking for is out there is just not as readily available as what you know what I mean.
you got
it's
to do
hot.
some searching, even
But
though
it
It does
everything
not
is
take any
access-
effort
but-
to find a McDonald's.
Yeah, you're right.
Takes no effort to find a McDonald's, but it does take effort to eat something that is unique and you know what I mean that tastes good. You know what I'm saying, like that is not generic.
Yeah, our
Yeah, I
our,
mean-
our old day McDonald's used to be really good and healthy for you and everything.
I would never say it was healthy for us. I would never say it was
Hold
healthy.
on, man. It's dark and
I would never go quite.
Yeah.
I'm saying the music. You ain't see my metaphor.
But no, I feel you. I
I
feel
got
you.
you.
I will
I used
say
to
this:
really
it
like
probably
McDonald's.
it
I used
probably
to really like McDonald's.
back in the day.
I hate it now.
McDonald's
what
probably
I-
had a lot less chemicals and a whole
Yeah.
bunch of.
You
liquid
know
the
what?
less.
burgers was bigger.
I tasted the other day off topic, like a Capri Sun.
Uh-huh.
As a kid, the Capri Sun was the best
Man,
thing ever.
don't
I
be
taste
on
the
a
Capri Sun
sunny
now.
day.
I'm like,
yeah.
where all the sugar go?
Let me ask you this: Capri Sun, Sunny D, or the juice box, like the jug?
I took Capri
Jug
Sun all
and
day.
Capri Suns. That's gonna
Sunny
be.
D was disgusting.
What? Sunny D was fire.
I want
cold.
I want the orange juice, man. Don't give me no fake
That's why
orange
Sunny
juice.
D was dope because it wasn't really orange juice.
I want
My
orange.
girl was like, "We got orange juice in there." I went in there and seen the Sunny D. I almost got my. oh, now where did this?
Hey,
See,
listen,
that's
my,
where culture's
my,
going
my,
right
my
now.
family,
Sunny D is orange
down
juice.
south, man, they got this stuff. It's up here too, but I got hip to it like down south back in the day. This stuff called Bright and Early. It's an orange juice called Bright and Early.
Oh, I
Listen,
know what
if
you're
you-
talking about.
That
It's
Woo.
next to orange juice. It ain't
Oh,
orange juice,
it's
but it's
fire.
right there.
Bright
it's
and
only
Early.
like
Shout out to the
$1.25.
sip one time.
It's only like $1.25. It's right there with orange juice. It ain't orange juice though. I don't know what they put in it, but you get food. Like if they pour it in a cup and give it to you, you might be like, got some.
Well,
kinda
so
orange juice.
so to close this topic up, man. I was telling you guys about the Grammys earlier. Both Jay-Z and Kendrick are both up for album of the year.
Kendrick no bars.
To piggyback, it's no white males for album of the year. No, nominated.
Yeah, I heard that first time. Huh?
First time.
we
I
should
just feel
boycott.
like- I just
Kamo, you should halfway boycott.
I'm the least racist person in this room. Hey, but I really feel like they just heard the footsteps. Like, it's not like a lot of artists are starting to say like, why as an artist do I have to get excited when what's the best word? White people start to give us an award. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't get excited about the BET Awards. We don't get excited about our own people honoring us.
Right.
But as soon as we get that that recognition from that higher source, we're like, oh, it's the great.
And who are these people anyways?
Yeah, like
who are these people judging?
You know what I mean?
So I know how the Grammys work. I do. I realize how the Grammy work. If you've ever been nominated for a Grammy, you are in the Grammy and get the vote every year.
But who are these people behind the scenes? Are they valid people to say this album is doper than
They
this
all
album?
vote. If you've ever been nominated for a Grammy, they send you a list, and you can nominate people. So people who have won or nominated for a Grammy gets to nominate people in a pre-list, so you can throw anybody in there. So then they get so many votes, and then they vote on that list, and then they dwindle it down. Shout out to my Uncle Frank, who been nominated for a Grammy.
Shout out to Uncle
Best
Frank.
jazz band.
Shout out to Uncle Frank one time.
One time.
So I
Future
know.
guest on the podcast.
It could happen.
Awesome. Well,
Gotta make it happen.
Uncle Frank. But so back to the question. You got 444 and then Kendrick's album. Which one are you guys giving the nod to? For
If I was voting,
if you're
Can I
voting?
make this statement? Kendrick Lamar has no bars.
I'm not doing this with you today.
Listen.
I'm not doing it
because
with
I'm
you
tired
today.
of y'all acting like
reclaiming
he
my
got
time.
these bars.
Reclaiming my time.
He acts like they got so many. So
That-
Kendrick
you know what that
Lamar,
is?
You rolling with Jay? Is
yeah.
that what
Like
you rolling
I
with?
mean, he has great content and stuff.
I'm gonna go with
Kendrick
Jay.
no
I'm
bars.
gonna go with Jay on this one.
But nah, B, y'all gonna.
I'ma
quit
go with
saying
Jay.
these bars.
one episode we're gonna deal with your hate for the new
Yeah,
No,
generation.
I don't.
It's
hate
lack of
him. He
respect.
got
Yeah,
no
that
bars.
lack of respect. That,
No,
like,
I'm
bro,
just saying
like,
the
you
truth. He
can't
has
do
no
that.
bars, and if you know
Your truth.
one bar of his, please say it now or forever hold your peace.
I'm not gonna forever hold my peace, but I will give you a few bars that you would like love. But before I do that, my expectation of you is to listen to a whole project. You've never even listened to a whole Kendrick project.
I can't listen to the Leprechaun yet.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar driving real far, going my.
All right. Well, guys.
Hold up, drink. I listen to it though. I try my very best. I put him in my Pandora all the time.
That don't count. Again,
Yes, it
that's
does.
Pandora's
This is a
mass
new.
media.
Y'all
Because
just told me it's a new way
I'm gonna
of
tell
how
you
you
why.
listen to music.
Yeah, right. But we're going back on to what Sincere said. And I'm with you. You have to
Now
give
y'all
credit.
was sincere.
You have to give credit to somebody who's able to put together an entire project.
work.
And what I'm telling you is that Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn are all amazing bodies of work.
What is he talking about?
Section
Pimping a
80.
butterfly. I mean,
Section 80 is
seriously.
great too. But
What
I'm
does
just
he
talking
mean
about
by that?
his-
I need to know what to pimp a butterfly.
Listen to the album.
What is he talking about?
Go
man?
Listen
find
to
out.
the album.
Do your research.
Why would you pimp a butterfly?
K-Mo's the guy that's gonna tell you
Why?
that the movie is trash and he's never seen the movie.
I seen it. I looked at it.
Based off the fact that he don't really rock with, you know what I mean,
Man,
Robert De
listen,
Niro.
look,
He's
can I
gonna
just
say
say
that.
this?
bro?
I
Who you
like,
rolling with on
I
that?
I'm rolling
like,
with Jay-Z.
I like
I'm rolling
Kendrick
with
Lamar.
444. It spoke to me on many levels of manhood, fatherhood, brotherhood. So that's why I'm rolling with 444. It spoke to me. It was a life-changing album. Shout out. He dropped it on my B-Day. June
So
1st.
we got 3 Jay-Z's. Who you rolling?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jay too, man. I think that it was amazing. I've always felt like Jay has always given us bits and pieces of his personal life, but this entire project was just like, I'm just gonna bare my soul, and so I appreciate that.
Top
and even,
5 Jay albums.
Is it a top 5?
top 5. Yeah.
Definitely, no
Yeah, I put him in
question.
a 5.
For him? Or
For
His
him.
album
For him.
is this
No,
album a
This
top
album I
5?
put in top 5 because it completes the cycle to me Like
Okay.
he really like when you look back at Reasonable Doubt J all the way to 444, it's like a cycle. Like he to me put together an ultimate body of work. Like he looked at album per album all the way to the end. It was like this dude knew the ending before it ended. You know what I mean? And so like I give it that. Musically, it's not my favorite, but message wise, it is some of the most open and most vulnerable stuff I've heard Jay say. And I think he said a lot of what people need to hear right now and understand about what's going on with culture and how to invest and things like that. So yeah, it's a dope album. Don't you know?
Well, we shall see, man. I'm gonna see if I can get us a running live kind of tweet type situation of what's currently going on at the Grammys. I don't know if it's even started yet, honestly, but
I think it's got another half an hour. I think.
okay, cool.
8, 9 o'clock usually.
Well, this is the Culturally Correct Podcast.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
We'll be back at you here in a little.
I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna speak. I can't lose.
All right, so this is a touchy one. Like this is
People breathing hard.
yeah. Now this is one of the ones
My
that
armpits are sweaty right now.
it's mad
Palms
interesting.
sweaty.
B like relationships end every day. B like,
Every day, people get married, people get divorced.
And so here's the question, man, fellas, and just so everyone knows, man, I'm married, you know, so my perspective is a little bit different. Rome is married.
And I might as well be.
Oh, you don't want nobody?
Why would you say that out loud? I'm married.
We all have situations.
I'm already in trouble.
Yeah, no, he just looked at me like like he was swallowing peanut butter. Like, you know what I mean?
Talk
Like,
about yourself.
Hey, it's
Already
okay.
got
I'm ready.
trouble.
okay, so my name is Damon Golden. And I'm married.
You said it on the video. Got me in trouble. They been shouting out he married. You ain't said it. You talking about money. I already got in trouble. Like,
Somebody getting the belt when they get home.
And so, the question is, can your significant other, can your significant other have all access? Meaning, you know, Facebook information, your, you know, the unlock code to your phone, you know, being able to check, you know, your search history to, you know, everything. Like it can she have all access? Should your significant other have all access?
you want to go first? Did you really raise your hand on the radio?
Absolutely not.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is sincere.
And he is very sincere
Absolutely
with that.
not. There's a lock on there for a reason. dude.
I would say the
keys.
only reason I have a lock on my phone, I work where I work, and then I didn't want to leave it out. The only reason I have a lock on my phone and getting my kids. I'm 50-50 on it. My wife has my password to everything. You figure out my password, you know my whole life. In my household, she does all the bill paying. She calls and writes the checks and do all of that. So she does her taxes, my email. She gets all that information. So she has it. Phone lock. She might think she don't know it, but she knows it. Facebook, she knows it. Do she utilize it? Has she utilized it? Yeah, she's been in my phone a couple times. Been in my
in there.
Facebook inbox, my DMs a couple times.
Don't
How's
slide.
that
in
make
there.
you feel though?
I just feel like if you have to look, it's a problem. And if you go looking, you'll find something. You'll turn a anthill. I mean, what is it? What's the theory? What is a small anthill into a mound? Anthill into a mountain.
Mound from
A mound into an anthill, whatever that saying was.
Right,
But
I don't know
but I
about
feel like
that
you
saying.
make a
Small
small
situation
situation bigger than what it
bigger
is.
than what it has to
Just
be.
say that next time, please.
Listen, I'm trying not to be the ghetto one.
So after
Hey, be that.
after that incident, did she go back in? Where you guys at now? Like, does she still have all access?
Yeah, I changed my password and everything, and she has that password now. It's pointless for me changing it.
All right. I know. Well, me, I'm at a point where I'm very honest in my life. So whatever I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, one of my rules is if it's a secret or something that, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to hide, I probably shouldn't be doing it. And the older I get, I really try to stand true to that. So, like, far as I just got a new phone less than 3 days ago, and I got a little fingerprint thing on it.
Hey, give it up for K-Mo getting
Hey,
a new
yeah,
phone
hold on,
because
man.
he's definitely been on the struggle bus in this group text, like for sure.
Blackberries are back.
Can I see that? Can I see that?
Yeah, man. I mean, they hating on the BlackBerry, but you know, it's secure. Since we're talking about access, it's definitely secure.
It's
But-
just an Android now. It's not BlackBerry Network no
Time
more.
out, B.
Oh, they use Android.
Yeah,
they use Android
but,
now.
But it's got the features from BlackBerry.
It got Messenger.
It's a team.
It's an app
a team
now.
effort, man. All that hating, you know. You see, I got my business cards in the back. You can have one if you need it.
No, I know what you said.
All right. Yeah, you might need to hook somebody else. And then I got the little spinner on there. But anyways, so it's like I really don't try to lie to myself or anyone else anymore at this point in my life. So, you know, I really want to have a marriage. I'm partly there, you know what I mean? And I think that we're growing stronger by the day. So I try to
You
be
just admit
as,
you was playing house on
hey,
outside.
man, I ain't playing nothing, man. I'm so sincere about this, man. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people live up to the society standards and all
Yeah.
that. And me personally, if you love somebody, you should be with them, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like us being separated would be the right option. We just trying to figure out this whole marriage thing. So, you know, that's just me being honest with everybody, you know what I mean? But as far as my phone and stuff like that, you know, if she need to use my car, go use it. You know what I mean? If you need to use my phone, use it. But there are times where I feel like she's up to something and she will get mad about some stuff that really didn't happen and then, like, be mad at me and you like, that's not what happened. Like, you read the text. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got frustrated. We was about to break up. I put up there, I'm single. Somebody got my inbox and they said, hey, since you single, what's up? And I said, I'm not doing no dating right now. I just need time to think. You know what I'm saying? So she got upset with me, frustrated. I'm like, what response was I supposed to say? You know, I'm like, I thought I was most, and this is in the heat of the moment. Like, I didn't put single up there. I could have been dog, but I wasn't. I still loved her, and you know what I'm saying? So maybe I did it wrong. You know, I could take some fault, but you know, I've always just left it open, you know what I mean? And as far as me going looking, I do at times, you know what I'm saying? And if it's a problem with that, then I know something is wrong. But most of the time, I feel like if she come looking, she's up to something anyways. So, you know, that whole reverse psychology type deal. So, you know, it is my phone. There ain't really no reason for you to use it. You have your own. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, why do you want my phone? If you don't trust me, then I'm probably not the guy for you. So, you know, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Doesn't mean that I'm like, you know, hey, get in my phone anytime you want, all access like that. But, I mean, I don't really trip off that stuff unless I start to feel like something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That's just mine.
No, I feel you. So for me, man, yeah, I mean,
You on lockdown.
she has it all. She has it all. But I can say, so I've been married. It's about to be 7 years in August.
That's good. That's
Thank you.
a milestone.
She has access to everything, legitimately everything. But she's never used it. Like, she's never, you know what I mean? And so for me,
Do you know she used it?
I don't know of a time where she has gone and
Have you ever seen a cat pee? Not going to see it very often. But
well, that's another thing. Well, we'll get to that later. But but no, man, she's never used it, and so I always go with this mentality of like, you know what I mean? I don't see why I would ever withhold any part of my life from my wife. Like there should be, and this is just the way I think. There should be no part of my life that is, you know what I mean, exclusively mine, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, this is my partner. I take the whole idea of the union piece like super duper serious. Like, it's pretty much literal for me, like, when, you know, the whole oneness, like being one, like that's a big deal to me. So you know, she has access to everything. She's never, you know, used it. I don't think I've ever given her a reason to want to use it, to use, you know, to go searching for anything. So, and so when I tell people, when I ask people, like, you know, can they have all access, and the first thing they say is, "No."
No.
It does beg the question, why?
Because that's mine. Hers is hers. What? You got the same.
It's
thing
like
I
a
got.
diary.
You got the same.
You know
thing
how
I got.
important my phone is to me?
Yeah.
I grab my phone
It's a
before I
part of
grab
you.
keys and wallet. My wallet got my ID, social security card, health care card,
Right.
everything else.
Right.
But I'll leave my wallet at home before I leave my phone.
Right.
That's deep.
Well, let me ask you this: can your girl see you naked?
Absolutely.
He had to be so romantic, man. Absolutely.
Matter of fact,
You know what?
you can't. So my thing
Good
is
idea.
like, okay, if not everybody can see you naked, right?
Right.
So that means that she has access that not everybody else has, right?
Right.
So if it's not a problem with her, seeing you naked, you know what I mean? If you could be vulnerable in that moment, you have nothing to hide. Then, like,
Right.
why is there different rules with the phone?
But why are you looking through my phone? You know.
You
It's
know
like-
what? For me,
I see, but that's the thing. So when you pose a question, the first thing that people who are like, nah, they can't, they go to, well, why are you looking through my phone? Nobody said that she was looking. I said, does she have access?
Nah.
She's looking.
It's
if
fear.
she has-
Like she has.
it's fear. It's
She has the
fear
same
for me.
things I have on my phone that she has on her phone. There's no reason for you to be
I
looking on my
understand where you're coming
Facebook.
from.
Mine's
when-
just mine's is pure fear. Like she has access.
I got fear now because I understand that text messages and all of that can be like misunderstood.
I get in
you
trouble
know?
off
What
the
what
likes.
text message could be misunderstood?
Okay, look, Facebook has this thing where you somebody might text you from
Blame it
10
on the app.
years ago, and then what y'all was talking about 10 years ago pops up, and they don't even put the times or dates or nothing.
Oh, no, it always puts the time in
Well,
date.
you
They put
know,
the time,
but
not the date.
the anger. See, this is the thing. When you be in a relationship, that anger sets in before you even do your research. So they look
That's
at it.
true.
Oh, I can't believe
It's
you
fear.
said-"
It's the
And then,
random anything that could happen ever.
Like,
Well,
and
my
nobody wants to
rebuttal
deal
is
with that.
if they can't have access, then what do you say to people when they say, well, that must mean you got something to hide?
There's nothing to hide, but I can understand if I'm going through hers. I mean, she can go through mine, but if I'm not bugging you about yours, I mean, like if she's got something to say, hey, I know you up to something, I need to go through your phone. Nah, you can't. Okay, you might have something to hide, but if you ain't got nothing to hide, like just
So if she came to you and said, I want to go through your phone,
right.
you would say,
No. Absolutely
Hey,
not.
if she reached for it, are you snatching or
I'm bringing out the machete, dude.
He cut off hands.
Hey, it's the worst when she reached for it.
There's no reason to reach for
You
the
gotta
phone.
hold on
babe.
to it. Like, see,
If you need to use it to make a phone call, it's all good. But to be going through it, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
so for you, it's more so like, the only reason why you would ever want to go through it is if you don't trust me.
Right. The main reason for a phone is to make phone calls, right?
No.
Not this.
Go ahead.
Not this.
Go ahead and tell your testimony.
I
Go ahead and
disagree.
tell them what happened.
My phone is a diary.
No, I'm just saying.
It's my personal.
it's everything.
You can-
Te-
Your
no, I'm just
phone
saying.
is-
Technically, if somebody was to use your phone, they need to use it to make a call, right? Nothing else. If I
I mean-
say, "Hey, let me use your phone,"
your phone
if
is-
I need to use your phone, you're not expecting me to go through your Facebook and your Instagram.
I don't. Strangers. Weird. People come in. Y'all got a phone I can use?
Right.
My phone is in my pocket. No, we don't have no phone.
Right. your boy needs to use your phone. He needs to use it. He's not going. You don't expect.
Depends on
him.
what. I need a ride? No, I got you. All right.
I need to call to see if she there. Can I use your phone?
No.
Is it that deep? Like,
It's $1,000 in your hand. You give somebody $1,000?
I know.
no,
what you mean.
no. I'm
feel
with you.
you.
Okay, so I get that,
Because
but
harsh feelings.
I'm
You
with
drop
you
my
when you
phone,
ride.
it break. You look like,
you got insurance. I pay the
$150?
you know what I mean? Yeah, I pay the $150. No
I
problem.
need it today.
Yeah,
Let's
that's-
go. Let's go make it happen.
Well, you ain't got a phone.
As much as you have your phone in your hands, you sound like you go to the bathroom and everything. I don't need your phone.
I do.
I'm cool on
I
your
wash
phone.
my phone,
man.
everything. Be in the shower with me, everything.
Oh, you got one of them phones. My phone don't do all that.
And
I
you
ain't
just
getting
got
my
it too. That's supposed to be new
Nah,
technology.
I don't. My phone don't go in water, man. There's something about that don't sound
It
right.
happens.
I personally, knock on wood, I've never dropped a phone in water, man.
I
Never done.
I had to save a kid. Jumped in the phone with my jumped in the pool with my phone.
You ain't saved no kid.
I
Man.
did.
Where's your badge? Badge of honor. At?
Listen,
What
when it's
did you
3 foot and the kid 2 foot, all you gotta do is stand
Nah,
up.
boy,
But you gotta jump in the pool.
You walked in the water.
I didn't say I swam
It
to
sounded
him.
so-
I
it
said I'll
sounded
jump
so
in the pool to
heroic
save
until you
somebody.
said it was. It was in the kiddie pool, one of them plastic ones.
Listen,
I'm sorry, Ro. I'm sorry.
Well,
Save
nah,
brown
man,
pool.
I think that's interesting, man. That
But all
that's
access, though, Dave,
yeah,
I
all
know you done
access.
interrogated my
Like,
boy.
okay,
I ain't telling you, I'm just-
okay, this is it, Dave. Somebody you like, hey, look at these pictures on your phone, and you swiping, and they swipe too many to the left, too many to the right.
Oh.
You get offended?
no, because for me, there's nothing on there that. Like it's the same thing like with
So you
with
compartmentalize pretty well. Real on here, man.
got a private album, private
You
photo
know,
album.
He's
I'm
not
good.
getting to that
you
anyway.
passcode
off
to
a
get to that
swipe, Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is like for instance, I remember a couple years ago, when they came out with the Xbox One, a lot of people were upset with the technology because they were saying that you had to have a webcam connected to the game system in order to have it, and all these conspiracy theories came out because the government wants to watch you. And so for me, I was like, I ain't really got nothing the government want to see anyway. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. Like I just went ahead and I bought it because it's like if y'all want to see me walk around, like you know what I'm saying, with my drawers, that's fine. Like I don't have anything that I feel is worth, you know what I'm saying, trying to hide or anything like that. So the same thing is, goes with my phone. I don't really have anything in there that, you know what I mean, is
They gonna get
hide
you.
worthy.
They gonna get you.
They gonna
man.
get
They
me.
don't hack
Hey,
you. You
ain't
about
got
to
a
get
piece
hacked.
of tape
I just
over
got
your
hacked.
camera. You ain't-
I
oh,
just
they
got
gonna
hacked.
get
My
you,
Facebook
man.
just got hacked. I can't at this current moment. I cannot access my business page on Facebook.
See.
I got hacked by somebody in Turkey. Like they told me, like, yo, it's on the Galaxy phone. The person's in Turkey. All the language and everything changed on my. I mean, it was bad. Like I had like clients I was trying to contact that I only contacted through my business page, and I can't contact.
See, that's why we gotta be more understanding of this technology, man. I don't need people seeing me like that. I mean,
Okay, so let me ask you this. Here's the piece. What if you're in a situation where she's like, you guys are in love. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you, are you in love?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you're in love. Okay. And she says, and it could be an insecurity thing on her end.
Right.
Because I do feel like I said, I've never given my wife the need to even use the all access that she has. Like there's never been a reasoning for that. Like for instance, somebody hit me up the other day on Facebook.
See, random stuff.
Yeah, no,
See?
it's legit.
It's random.
It was a young lady. I did her wedding a few years back. She's since been divorced. I post a lot of pictures of my wife and my kids all the time, right? And this young lady that I only became friends with her because we did business together. I did her wedding a few years back. She hit me up after I posted a picture of my wife. I think what happened was I took my wife out to eat. I dropped the kids off at my mom's, and I took my wife out to eat, and I posted a picture like, hey, just picked up, my girlfriend, and now we out, on a date or whatever, some little, whatever. And so the girl hit me in my inbox and was like, she was like, man, you such a good man. Do you have any friends? Like that's what she just said. Do you have any friends? Now, I didn't take to me, she wasn't trying to shoot a shot. You know what I mean? Maybe to me, she was not.
I think a woman's point of view, she was shooting her shot.
Nah, I don't think she was
No,
trying to shoot a shot.
From us, it's
She
not
bricked.
shooting the shot because she asked for a friend. But women, I'll give you the example.
Anytime.
But
they meow.
let me wrap this up.
Meow
But
is a
the
moan.
first thing that I did was I told my wife about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was like the very first thing I showed it to her and everything. Like, yo, babe, this is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I showed it to her. And we actually were talking about different friends that we could possibly. I still haven't hit her back yet, but I mean, maybe eventually I'll do that. But I mean, that's just how I operate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything that could possibly that I feel like my wife would want to know about, and lots of times she doesn't. Like, you know what I mean? And maybe it's because it's been 7 years and I haven't given her a reason to. You know what I mean? And I hope and pray that I never give her a reason to ever feel like she needs access. But if she tells you, if your girl says, you know what I mean, babe, I need to have it, or we can't be together.
Yeah, she can have it.
Okay, all right.
She can get it. I mean,
Okay.
But that'll be it. Like, that'll be it. Like, I mean, that's gonna be her last time looking. Like, this is gonna clear up everything. Don't ask for it again. You know, like if she was really, but she would have to be.
Like I said, because lots of times it's an insecurity thing.
Right. But
Like, it ain't got nothing to do with you.
She would have to really, really have something for her to be like, yo, it's over if I don't get in your phone. You know what I mean? Like, she would really.
I just think women interpret things different. So I was at work, new job, or first day at this job. And I knew my wife was coming. I locked my keys in my car. Had to call her, hey, can you bring the keys? So I'm at work, and somebody's talking to me. It's a woman. And I'm a jokester. Everybody know me. So we kind of laughing. So my wife walk up. I talk to her. Hey, baby. So she was like, that woman was flirting with you. Huh? No, where'd that come from? No, she was flirting with you.
I get that too.
I was like,
I get that too. I know what you're talking about. You like, huh?
I said, I didn't get that vibe. She said she was flirting with you. She's like, look how she interacted with you. Look how such and such interacted. I said, I didn't see it. Next day, she dropped a hint, was like, I said, excuse me, young lady. I was walking past her, excuse me, like getting out, to make sure. She was like, I'm older than you. How old are you? In my head, it clicked. I said, she really was
shooting her shot.
She shooting her shot.
Grandma
See,
was
my whole
like,
life.
listen, I'm going to go ahead.
No,
that
youngin. She like,
that was a layup, not a
I didn't even ask her age because I didn't want to indulge.
Yeah.
Because
Some stuff you just got to walk away.
Time out. Technical foul.
like, I was like, and I didn't know. But as a guy, we're kind of oblivious to things like that sometimes.
When I first, when I was, either we were just married or we were about to get married, one or two. We were somewhere and we've seen a girl that we both know. We both know this girl, like, and the girl came up and hugged me, like, hey, and didn't really acknowledge my wife. And so I didn't think anything of it at the time. And then, my wife kind of put me on the game. I was like, oh, okay. So I do agree that, yes, women possess the ability to
See it before it happens.
yeah, to see it before it happens and to shoot shots without us knowing
They
that there's
did
a
shoot.
game going on.
I definitely am not a commentator.
My sister friend
I don't
almost
know
got
when
me
they shoot shots, I'm being
beat up in the
honest.
mall by my wife.
You got
All of a
the
sudden,
shot.
we in the mall. We in Castleton. We walking. All I hear is, and she knows what people call me, know where they know me from.
Okay. Say it again. I ain't get it.
So
Depending on what someone calls you.
you know where you know me from.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
So Jerome, you know me from work or school. You call me Jay.
You do got like
20 names.
17 different.
So you call me Jay or JJ. You like a family friend or some close connection, something like that. So all of a sudden I hear, hey JJ. I'm looking around. I don't see nobody I know. She walk up on me. Hey. I say, hey. I don't recognize her. This is one of my sister friends who only know me because of my sister. I don't know her. In the mall. And I'm in my head, we was just dating. Just dating. So in my head, I'm trying to recollect, like, where do I know her? Like, man, it's like, where do I
That's the
know this
weirdest
girl?
feeling, ain't it?
Man, you don't know where you know her. She's like, where you know her? I don't know, no, cut it sometimes.
I ain't trying to hear that. Oh, look at it.
They did me like that before. We went to go see a movie. Hey, they was yelling in the movie theater at me. I'm like, who know me in the movie theater? We out west of Indy.
Yeah.
And she was with me again. Who's that? I think it was a lot of friends.
It's like women only want to shoot the shot when they see you with the
I
one.
don't think it was a shot. I just think they was being friendly. They really friendly. They nice.
But no, there's a lot of truth to that though.
It's like a competitive thing that they do. Like, and it's like Why you trying to do me like that? You know what I mean? And they ain't even really like they trying to really shoot the shot. They
You know,
just
old women shoot.
trying to mess
You
it
ain't
up.
got to guess what old women shooting the shot.
Oh yeah,
you
it's
know.
a
They
layup.
know.
I made this sweet potato pie for you, babe.
Man. Your wife cook for you? Because I'll cook for you.
I'll cook.
I'm
You
like,
like-
what?
I think part of it is like, and I don't think that they fully comprehend it in the moment, but they look at someone in a committed relationship
Jealous.
and who, and I don't think it, I don't know if it's like necessarily jealousy or envy, but it's like
You always want what you can't get, I think.
you always want what you can't get. That's part of it, but then like I think there's something about being in a committed relationship that elevates a man's, you know what I'm saying, stature a little bit, and it's like, you know what I mean, like yo, I would love to have that. Cause I would say
That's
for me,
jealousy. Like they see it, they like, I want to be treated like that.
yeah, no, I feel you, I feel you.
You know what I mean? And I think that with women, they don't understand that, you know, you have to act a certain way to get treated a certain way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women today want to act hood rat and be mad that they don't have no good man. Like, you know, make no
I think we off
sense.
topic.
Make no sense.
That is a K-Mo comment.
Exclusive.
Say it again. A lot of women what?
A lot of women want to act like hood rats and want to find a good man.
So
You know,
let's
when you see the
correctly-
when you see the Instagrams and all of this, and you know, you can just tell what they up to.
So women are not becoming of a wife. is what I
Women
hear.
are starting to act more like pimps than men. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100, man. You know, and I see it daily. Like, you know, you see the women that's showing their cleavage and attracting all these likes, but they make it like they just want one man, but you got 1,000 of them chasing you, and all it's about at that point is who's chasing me harder instead of
I think-
genuineness and caring, and you know.
So I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
So that's why
'Cause I've had
chivalry
I've had my
is almost dead.
I've had my run-ins with a few feminists, and so they'll look at that comment and they'll say like, "Well, you don't get this, you know, you don't get this same kind of energy when you see a man, you know, showing, you know, or being very
Hey.
sexual or sensual. Like,
I
why
understand.
are there
I
different
understand.
standards? You know what I
I
mean? So
take it to the same point that Dave Chappelle made. Don't dress up like a police officer and not expect for people to come to you like, hey, police officer, can you help me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you dressed the part, you looked the part, you being the part. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry if feminists don't understand that perspective, but that's like me. I carry myself like a good man. I make sure that I carry myself a certain way because I want to be portrayed and looked at a certain way. So I think women get it twisted when they feel like they can be promiscuous and look a certain way.
Or look
and then-
promiscuous is
yeah,
what you're saying.
look promiscuous. I'm sorry, and be promiscuous. You know, through their Instagram and all that. You know, you sucking your lips and duck lipping, and you know, let's just keep it real here. You know what I'm saying? And then they want to make it like, oh, I want one man, but you just showed 1,000 men. Like I told my woman when we got together, I was like, make sure you send me a picture. You ain't got to post it on Facebook. You know what I mean? Send it to me. I want to like it. I want to tell you that I appreciate you and you look good. Send it to me. You know what I'm saying? So many women want to send it to Facebook because they want attention. They're attention whores. Hope that's not a cuss word. Sorry. But they want that attention. With the
again,
W. With
that
the
is
W.
a K-Mo exclusive.
Cha-cha-cha. Hamburger.
Well, listen, I feel like this, man, and I told you guys when we started this podcast, this show, that there are certain topics that I'm gonna kind of, you know, not necessarily dive into when it comes to women, because I feel like it's only fitting that you have a woman representative. So, you know what I mean, and having, you know what I mean, her.
Why?
The reason why is
We
because
can get there, but they gon' argue us down. We gon' lose. Like I gotta say what I gotta say.
I
know I'm
disagree
a
with you a little bit. I do. On this matter, I disagree.
When do you ever agree with me?
I do all the time.
I
Just
never
not,
knew.
Just not in public. You was right. You was right. No, I just think you can have different. You can have. You wear many different faces all day, every day. Women who want to model or do that, and they go to Facebook realm because it's cheap. It's better than trying to get a modeling gig. This is Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat is the new modeling.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
I
that's
agree.
what it is. So
Everybody
they
famous.
trying to get likes and followers so they can get the deal. It's the same in hip hop. It's what the culture is now. You have a following, you get deals.
But how long
Let's
you
get
gonna
around
be
it.
trying to get a deal? Like,
But
that's
look at
that
Cardi
rapper.
B.
When men rap for 10, 20 years,
Look
they
at
ain't got
Cardi
no
B.
deal yet.
She
They
was
like,
a
hey, man.
Instagram stripper. Now she the biggest thing hopping.
Yeah.
So I just think it's their hustle, and I can't never ever knock anybody hustle. I don't know. I don't know them. So me judging them on based how they look or their social media. Everybody knows social media is just that. I put random stuff on my social media all the time. You'll never know who I am based off my social media.
But this is the thing though. Everybody says that now, but 10 years from now, that's gonna be what people remember you for. What you put on social media. We all act like, oh, it's just social media, blah, 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 blah. But when you go back, you don't most of your pictures went on social media. Most of who you are in a sense is represented on Facebook. You don't represent yourself no other way no more. When you look at these kids, they
'Cause-
always wearing uniforms. They never like social media is the way that you say who you are now.
It's how people represent you. It's just outer look. Because people who really know me know who I am. And those are the opinions that matter. I don't care what Joe Blow think. Only people I'm trying to impress is my kids.
But how many people know you for your social media compared to how many people know you for who you
I
are?
don't know. On Facebook, I think I got, 3,000 friends? How many of
And
them
that-
I
and
actually
that-
know?
and that's-
100?
That's what I'm saying. So when you dead and gone, most people that know you because of your Facebook handle.
The
and your
only
interactions.
legacy I need to leave
Not
is to my
because-
kids.
But I'm saying I understand that theory. But that's just like when everybody's setting up and talking about their moments with you, and this. It's
I don't
gonna
need
be
that. You know, I don't want a
that
funeral.
social-
I do not want a funeral. If you weren't shooting with me when I was alive,
That's deep.
I don't need a funeral. I don't. The people who don't be there don't be there.
I guess
I won't. If I told my wife bury me in the backyard, tell people I left you or something. Because
man,
I don't
hey,
need
bro.
people crying and
I'm
wooing over me.
gonna be
Yeah.
mad if you don't have a funeral.
No,
B.
be mad because I'm not having
I'm
a
mad.
funeral.
I feel like I should
Well,
have.
I just feel like
my
you're not
chance
going to be able
pay
to make that
respects.
decision.
My will. Let me get some money.
I'm
Ain't
gonna
nobody
be-
getting
I'm
no
gonna be
money
like,
if I get a
Rome
funeral.
wasn't thinking about Rome selfish. Rome wasn't thinking about us.
Yeah, why?
If that's what happened, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like you should have one.
Yeah, man, I want to
I want to pay my respects.
I want to be on the
Have
on
one.
the program.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be a pallbearer or something.
Yeah,
if that, you
no.
know what I'm saying? God forbid, not you know. But I'm just
You
saying.
keep on knocking on that drywall.
No, it's wood. It's wood. This is a stud right here.
okay.
So, yeah.
That
I-
ain't a direct wood.
You can see the imprint. So
But no, I don't want no funeral.
I'll say this, man. Just be mad careful with
But I said, I already know I'm in some trouble already.
You
So
ain't-
it's cool. It's cool.
You
man.
too, B?
Yeah, I
Hey.
mean, you just gotta be real. Like I
Hey,
just
Cass get in trouble every day,
Hey,
B.
I
Cats
said
get in
when we
trouble
did the little
every day.
intros that I was gonna be honest. I didn't say I was
Yeah.
gonna be right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, I'm
And
with
I'm
you, I'm
okay.
with you,
I'm
I'm with
okay
you.
with being wrong. I'm okay with learning from these experiences. But what I'm not gonna do is get on here and lie to y'all.
Well, I would love some women to comment on his comments because, like I said, I know that a lot of women would say, like, man, there's a double standard out there.
And
And there is.
and
Like,
there
there-
is, there
there-
is,
there is.
but with true men, with a lot of true men, that's not the case. And just like if I can't judge every woman based off of my thoughts on one, they can't do the same either. You know what I'm saying? They can't say just because there's a few men that do this that's the whole. I'm not saying that it is the only thing that's happening, but in the general speaking, there are more women that are just seeking simply attention and want to make it as if they're seeking a marriage. But they're not. They're not going about it in a way that would be seeking a marriage. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So it's like
I
to
think-
me, that's what. If I said it wrong, you know what I'm saying? That's really the message I'm trying to get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to be a CEO one day, I'm not going to be out here talking about grabbing them by the, you know. what I'm
Donald Trump, the
saying?
president, he
What?
got a model wife.
Hey, but I'm just
She was
saying,
half
man.
naked.
Hey, man, I'm the
Well,
least,
listen.
least racist person. You know.
Sticking to the topic of women seeking, sticking within that vein, there's a woman who is seeking equality in pay. We kind of talked about it earlier, man. Our sister, Monique, the comedian, is
She actor.
Hey, what was her
slash
last,
activist.
what was her last movie? See,
Hey, she is the most. Listen, don't mess up her intro because she is the most decorated. I don't know what decorated is yet. I'm just
So,
saying, she can be
Monique
on the
is-
wall somewhere
is
and be a
looking
comedian.
for equality because
She's seeking
Netflix
it.
offered her, and I agree. I completely agree. They lowballed her. They offered her $500,000, $500,000 to do a special, and the previous comedians who signed up for specials are Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. Both of them received payments or something
They're
like
stars,
$20 million per special.
all stars.
And then Amy Schumer, who is a budding talent. She has been in some hit movies. She has, sold out some huge venues. She received initially they offered $11 million, and then she went back, negotiated a couple million more. So in total, it said that she received $13 million for her Netflix special. And so, Monique is, pretty upset about the offer.
I
So-
think they offered her $100 for each follower she got, and that's how they came up with 500,000.
I heard that
And they gave her-
I heard she got the big bucks, but then she didn't like it, and she went back, and that's when they gave her the lower amount. So there's a flip to the
I heard that
story.
too. I heard that they initially offered $3 million,
Yeah.
and she didn't like that number. I don't know if that's true, so I'm not going to co-sign that. What I am going to do is I'm going to co-sign exactly the words that came out of Monique's mouth, and she said that Netflix said they don't give deals based off of resume and talent. She said that Netflix said they give deals based off of what they anticipate the act will do, what they anticipate the special will do for their viewership. And so going with that logic, it only makes sense that you don't get the same amount of money as
Yeah.
Dave
As these
Chappelle,
stars.
Chris Rock,
Right.
and Amy Schumer.
Okay, Cat Williams had a special on Netflix. Let's ask Cat how much he had. Well, how much they offer him?
What? Say it again?
Cat Williams had a
He
special.
just
He
had-
just
he
dropped
did.
one.
Yeah. No, I watched it. It was amazing.
It
So
was.
I want to know
I know. Listen, guys, we're working with this. Is fine.
how much did they offer him?
I don't know.
We don't
Because
have
he's been shaky.
shaky. Yeah, he was going through
So,
something.
But I mean, evidently he was cool with it. You know
Whatever
what I
they
mean?
offered him, he was cool with it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I want to know what he got because he's closer to her than the other three.
I agree. I don't know about the what's it? Shoot, how you say it?
Amy Schumer.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with her. I mean, she's kind of funny. I've seen her in a couple movies, but
I'll be honest with
I
you.
don't think she's funny.
I don't think she's funny.
well,
But it's
she's
not my
got
comi-
different-
it's
she
not
might
my
have that
comedy.
Seinfeld
Yeah,
funny,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's a different.
I don't
kind
even know
of
if she's Seinfeld funny.
Seinfeld is funny. He grew on me as I got older.
I don't see the funny there.
Yeah.
But this is what I did when I heard this story. This is the first thing I did. I kid you not. I went to Twitter, and when I got to Twitter, I looked up Amy Schumer. I said, Amy Schumer. Make sure I had the little blue check to make sure it
She was
certified,
verified.
Verified. Amy Schumer has 5 million followers
That's big.
on Twitter.
See, $2.
5 million followers on Twitter.
$2 per.
Yeah.
I then go
Don't
to
tell
try
me.
to find Monique.
Don't tell me.
I couldn't find her
Don't
initially.
tell me she ain't got one.
I
Don't
couldn't
say
find
that.
her initially.
Don't say that, man.
Listen, bro.
Because that just ruins the whole conversation. Like
I couldn't
ain't
find
even
her
got a
initially.
Twitter,
and then
babe.
you ain't
finally,
even got one.
finally, I found her, and I see how many followers she had.
Oh no.
Drum roll.
150,000 followers. 150.
So they gave her
That's the
$5 for each.
Hey, ain't nobody getting no money with no hundreds, man. We ain't no
150,000
You ain't got no
followers.
millies?
So for me, it goes back to, like I said, she said out of her own mouth that Netflix gives deals based on what they anticipate.
That's fair.
And I look and I'm like, I agree. Amy Schumer is
Get your
nowhere
social
near as
media up.
entertaining as you.
Right.
She has 5 million followers to your 150,000 followers.
So how many viewers do you think?
Yeah,
gonna
like
watch?
and I asked the question. I said, if you're Netflix, who do you anticipate is gonna do better for your business? Like, who do you offer a bigger check to?
And my whole thing is like, is the skinny Monique even funny? Like, most of her, I'm just keeping
Like,
it
what was
real.
honestly? What was the last?
her whole punchline
That
is
is
about
a,
being big.
What was the last thing you
K-Mo
remember her for?
exclusive.
I'm just saying.
What was the last thing you remember her for? Honestly.
She being
Precious.
big and
And
being
how long
funny.
ago was
First
that?
of all, let me throw this out there though. She killed Precious.
She did, but that's
But it
not,
wasn't funny.
That's not funny.
No, it's not. It's not. And you know, there are other comedians like I think you know what would be interesting? What would be interesting is if, because I did see that the Jamie Foxx is wanting to get back on stage and do his thing.
They gonna cash him out, man.
That'd be interesting. And
They
the reason
better
why I
cash
say
him
that'd be
out.
interesting is because he, like her, you know, does more than just the comedic piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he's
Dave stayed in that
multi-talented.
lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wonder what Netflix would offer Jamie Foxx for a comedy special.
Hey, I'm gonna tell
But
you
you
right
know
now,
what?
I want that.
He has his radio show, and it's very comedic.
It's very true.
It's very
Mad talented.
comedic.
At the end of the day, he's relevant. I don't know if Monique is even relevant anymore.
That's what I'm trying to say. I just she's made some life changes. She's stepped away from the camera to make those changes. I respect that, but I feel like the wrong in the whole matter is that she made this like it was a Black Lives Matter situation, and it's like, where was you at when they was killing us out here with the police?
And
Like
nobody's really siding with
you wasn't
it.
even
Like,
you wasn't even out here trying to get nobody to side with us then. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it's like there's bigger problems in the world right now. I'm sorry, Monique. You didn't get cashed out. You didn't get the bag. I'm sorry. It's people out here getting murdered on a daily with these real Black Lives Matter issues, and you want to try to make us boycott just because you didn't get cashed out? That's selfish to me.
Well, and here's the flip side. The flip side is this. I don't know the exact number, but they did give Shonda Rhimes a bag. Now, Shonda Rhimes is the woman. She's a black woman. She is the one who created
Scandal.
How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal,
Grey's Anatomy.
and Grey's Anatomy. Those are all her babies. You know what I'm saying? And so she created that.
Notables.
And I
know that.
I don't know if this is true or not, but just for Netflix to house her reruns, they cut her like a $25 million boy.
I've heard of this.
$25
I've
million.
heard of her
Now,
projects though.
so for me, that goes against the whole
Well,
the
anticipation.
not the anticipation piece. I'm just talking about the whole.
Oh, the black
color,
woman.
yeah, the color bias,
equality.
and the gender bias, because it's like she's like Shonda Rhimes' content is like it's relevant, like it's out here, like people. She got a whole day, like low key. Thursdays on ABC or whatever network is brought. That's just as big as like Sunday Night Football.
It goes up against it. They said that's why Thursday Night Football is down. Because
This is one woman. Like
She's on it. I'm telling you,
she
if
got 3
Monique,
shows. She got a whole Thursday's her day.
she got a
You know
3-hour
what I'm saying?
stretch
Yeah.
of TV.
and my whole thing is when
And my
Monique
wife watch
starts-
all of them.
When Monique starts speaking out on real issues, maybe I'll support you. But like, you not speaking out on nothing but yourself. That's selfish.
I
to
can't
me.
boycott nobody because they didn't pay you.
I'm just saying.
You ain't at my
You-
job.
that's
Like,
so selfish.
give him a raise.
Hey, yeah, like it's minimum
It's
wage
like-
issues out here, B.
Now, I will say I do side with her when she did say, you know, if I accept this $500,000, what does the new girl, the new woman, the new lady, I don't
Tiffany
know,
Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish, what does she have coming?
She got an
Is-
HBO deal for like $3 million.
Yeah,
just
so
popped out.
but I understand that logic is that because like for instance, people talk about I know we're kind of going back into sports, but people got on LeBron James for not taking a lower salary so he can get better players around him. But LeBron James, his response to that, his agent's response to that is, LeBron sets the bar. So if I'm the best player in the world and I don't get a max,
Yeah.
what are they gonna offer? The second or third tier guy. They'll look at him and be like, "Man, listen, not even LeBron James is getting the max. Like, what makes you think you about to?" So I understand her logic when she says that if I accept this $500,000,
That's like
but at the same time, she's not even as high
It's like-
as Tiffany Haddish.
it's like 19. I'm gonna use the reference Temptations. It's fitting. The Temptations in 1970, their ticket was hot. Couldn't get it sold out everywhere. Is it the same now when they tour?
No, not at all. They come to Anderson.
So does this
There
hurt
you
her
go.
career?
Oh, it's
After
over
this-
with. It's over with.
She just
It's
did-
over with. Unless she find out a way to make this funny.
Well, what's next for her?
Unless she figure out a
What
way.
could possibly be next for her after this, deal wise?
Walmart.
Ah,
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, I remember it was a point in my life where I was going to accept a lower paying job. I went to my dad and I was like, I don't want this job. And my dad had to talk with me. He said, you got to start somewhere, son. You got to start somewhere. You know, and as an average American, I understand the concept of starting somewhere and working my way up.
But she's up.
But no, she's been down.
She's down.
She's
now.
down. She's been up. But people fall off every day, B.
people fall off every day.
Every day.
B.
She fell off. And,
that's
and
it.
they asking her to get back on her bike because the bottom line is if she didn't tell us how much she was getting paid and she went out there and rocked out, everybody would be paying attention to her. Her followers would have went up. None of this would have been an issue. She was only looking at the bag. That's
well,
all
and
she
to
was
answer
looking
your
at.
question, she had a Christmas movie last year, and it did.
Oh, she was in a movie with
See?
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover,
I'll
It was
wait.
Danny Glover.
and she was the aunt, and he was there, and
Yeah,
her
it was a
sister
really
died.
good movie.
It was a good
Um,
movie, and she was kind of funny. In
Oh
it.
boy was in it. The kid that's on Wild 'N Out.
Kind of funny. I just want to get
DC
this
Young
together.
Fly.
Was it? Oh,
So
He was
social
in
media guy.
He was in it.
So like she's doing movies with social media guys
it was,
now.
it was some big name. Sanaa Lathan was in it. Was it Sanaa Lathan?
She's not funny.
I think Gabrielle was in it.
Gabrielle
She's
was
not
in it.
funny.
And who was the sister, the successful sister?
Oh, man, she was in Set It Off. She played TT in Set It Off.
I know you're talking about. I can't think of her name neither.
She also played in Tyler Perry's joint Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah, she's just not funny though.
Elise.
Kimberly.
Kimberly Elise.
You know what's so bad? I think I seen the movie, but I forgot about it. I'm just being real. Sorry.
Did you go to the theater?
I just wanted you to know that she
She did have a movie,
definitely
but I think
has-
that was 16. So I think
fell
we're 2
off.
years now. It is 18.
And it was a hit movie, and she did.
Was it
she,
a hit?
She had it was a hit. She had receipts. They Amy Schumer's hit movie had a bigger budget and made a significantly less
Yeah,
profit.
she did put that out there. She did
And
put that out
then,
there.
But
you
that's
know,
what happened.
Less budget and less theaters, and Monique topped her. I get it.
Yes,
I get
yeah.
it.
But I mean, it just goes to show that. Now I am with her that
Yeah.
yes, there's an issue with
I side with
you
her.
know
I understand.
gender and race. Yeah, I mean bias. I do understand that is.
But is this all we gonna hear from her though? Is
Well,
she gonna keep going
It's
towards
over
this?
now, B. It's over.
So she not gonna talk about nobody else's issues or nothing? Is she gonna start?
I
teaming up
agree.
with
I agree that
Oprah?
there's an issue.
'Cause
I
Oprah
just
was
don't
talking
know
about
if
the
this
same
was the
thing.
platform to. I don't know if this was the moment to say, "Oh man, this is not the moment. You're not hot." They told
Yeah.
you that they based their deals off of anticipation. Nobody's anticipating the project.
Nobody is.
But maybe another movie could work out for her.
I
Maybe
think it's
And
over
be the
at this
headliner, don't
point.
be the-
I think she's turned off so many people that it might be.
I don't know. I think right now because it's controversy, she about to drop a movie. It's like a movie she working on.
Yeah, she
Because it's
got to.
controversy. You'll go see it just to
yeah,
see.
because her name. Yeah.
Yep, just because you go
That's
see
possible.
it.
Now let me ask this: did any of y'all see the college girl that did hers, like Monique?
Oh, that was funny.
It's
hey, listen, the memes are
You know how much
on
money I
10.
spent on college, and you want to talk about your bag? What about my bag?
Yeah, nah, you're right. So listen, keeping in the theme of movies, I mean Precious is a great example of this, man. Because I know a couple people who, caught one of these. But have you guys ever? What was the movie? What was the show, or the movie that made you cry that one thug tear? You know what I mean? Like that one, like where you were just
I
like,
think I got mine. Yeah,
that little pant.
That John Q, man, it got to me in a special place, man, because it's like the struggle he was going through. He just wanted to do it for his kid, man. It was, you know what I'm saying? He was willing to just sacrifice it all, and it's like you don't meet a lot of people like that. That's really really down for their family. A lot of people talk about it, but like it was like a really, I cried. Don't y'all tell nobody, but I ain't cry hard. It was like it slid down my eye, and then I like wiped it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Nah, I
it,
feel
was,
you.
I ain't.
It could have been a win.
Yeah, I ain't breathe. Yeah, but it was tough though.
Sincere, man.
felt
Which
like it
one
was real.
did
I think I'm gonna go with Outsiders on this one. Y'all remember that classic flick, Outsiders? Patrick Swayze, Ralph Macchio.
Nah.
You don't
I
know that
remember
joint?
the.
I'm with you.
I remember
You
the
remember?
cover though.
Okay, yeah,
I
man.
don't think I have actually watched that. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
y'all gotta check it out, man. Ralph Macchio, who was up in the house. I think he had broke his back, and then the house burnt down, burnt him all up in it, man. But I cried like a baby. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't just a little tear, man.
Yeah, it was.
I went all out. Yeah, Outsiders, all that,
All that.
all that,
All the
man,
way.
Yeah.
This might be inappropriate, but can you find that on Netflix?
Probably.
That is a
Probably. I'm going
K-Mo
with Outsiders,
exclusive.
Please understand, it's only $8.99.
They just went up
Oh, my
on
mama
me.
playing right
They
now.
did on me too. For me, man, I would say hands down, man. This really, you know what I mean. It's just thinking about it kind of rocks me. The scene where in Pursuit of Happiness, where he's in the bathroom with his son, and they didn't have nowhere to stay, and he was in the bathroom with him, and then somebody
Holding the
was-
door
yeah.
shut. That was strong.
so he's holding his son while his son is sleeping on this bathroom floor in this subway.
Yeah,
Subway, yo, like sleeping on a bathroom floor because they're homeless, and at the same time, like somebody is trying to get into, to use the restroom, and so Will Smith is holding his son, and then his other foot is like wedged up against the door to make sure nobody can get in, man. Like that piece,
That's deep.
yo, listen, man,
That whole movie, man. That whole movie, just that moment, the Pursuit of Happiness part, where he actually gets the job, and
That
it's
was
like
that got
touched me because I
the
remember
slow
I
mo,
watched
the
this.
slow mo at the end where he was snotting.
Oh
and stuff
man,
in the-
me and my guy, man, we was going through a rough time. Me and my guy was going through. We was roommates, and we ain't have no cable, no nothing, man. We just had Pursuit of Happiness on. We was stuck in. So we would watch that. Like it was like, man, that's just such a piece of art right there. Like because we all expect for this Pursuit of Happiness to end in joy, but it actually was the happiest moment of his life, and he's in tears. And that's so. To me, that's just art. Like to
Little
express that
tidbit:
moment.
do you know the actual guy that Will
Walked in
Smith
the
played?
end.
He crossed him at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I seen that. I watched the behind the scene. I'm telling you, we watched.
I seen it on Oprah.
We watched the whole movie. we got it from. I remember we got it from the Goodwill, and we popped it in, and we watched it over and over again. And I'm still on my pursuit.
I give you that one. So I'm torn. 2 movies when I was younger, and they came out roughly. One came out way before I was born, but I'm like an old head movie guy. Cooley High.
Oh, yeah.
Cooley High.
With Preach.
Yep. Do the Right Thing when Radio Raheem died. That was strong.
Yeah, it was a strong one.
That was strong. But recently, grown man, I'm telling you the movie, and you be like, it's literally like I was in the theater, got mad at my wife and everything, because it touched me in a different way. Because I'm grown and like I'm literally in the, like she was like
Here it is.
she was like, "You ready to go?" And I'm like, like I got to compose myself before I leave the
Wrong
movie
right
theater.
now. Hold on.
Fences.
Oh yeah.
It touched me bigger than
What part though?
the end. Like when all the kids got together.
Yeah.
Like that was his legacy. Like I'm big on legacy, and so how you
Have
know
y'all seen Fences?
I haven't seen it.
you haven't seen
I haven't
Fences?
seen it.
Oh, look, y'all listen. We're
I
taking.
sort of watched it.
Yeah, we're gonna take some demerits away from your.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna
Some
get
points.
back.
We're gonna take some points on your black card.
I take
So like the end of
You
the
know
movie,
you halfway there
Yeah,
anyway. So
it's cool. I don't really take it personal no more. Just go ahead and beat up on me. You got plenty of legends and great people that have been a part of America that's been half. It's cool. I'm not gonna get into Martin
but
Luther King-
Fences,
I
it
mean,
got me.
Malcolm X and all.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley was
Bob
that.
Mar- come on,
But
man.
nah, man, Fences was an amazing. I encourage you guys, man, to watch Fences, man.
it's
It
really
was
good.
definitely an amazing.
If you got
movie.
kids and you're man, if you married, I think it's big for marriage.
Oh yeah.
I
Like,
watched it though.
I heard my mom talk about it. And she said she don't think she was that strong. She could not be her.
Yeah.
She said she couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the change of like family setup.
Oh no, you gotta watch the movie.
I seen the movie. I seen it. I just ain't watch it good. Like you know how you watch.
Nah,
it?
you gotta
No,
watch it.
you gotta watch it.
Because I'm gonna tell you this. Here's the thing. We've all seen.
He was tripping out 'cause he
We've
was
all
drinking
seen.
too much.
What do you
No.
call it? What's the joint that Key and Peele, the dude Key and Peele?
Oh, Get Out.
We've all seen
Yeah.
Get Out,
Yeah.
and we know there's a lot of hidden messages in there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's just as many hidden messages in Fences. Because you have to be attentive
Netflix.
to
Don't
watch
tell
it.
Monique. Netflix.
Netflix.
Probably not.
I bought it.
I
bought
yeah,
it.
it's,
Yeah.
it's in
Can
the
I borrow
collection.
it? Or y'all don't borrow?
Nah, mine's a digital thing. Like I just, I stream it. I don't have a.
So that's a
physical
new
copy.
way of getting around it. I ain't
Yeah, that's how
mad
you
at
do it.
That boy technically savvy.
Yeah, but Fences, it's
I can see
big,
that.
big. When you
I
have
can see
kids and kids that, yeah, Fences got me. Like I'm telling you, at the end of the movie, we had a whole argument because I didn't want to get up because I had to straighten up my face. At the end of the movie.
I can dig it, man. Well, I think that's gonna end this week's episode, man. I think we're good. We had another topic, but now that I'm thinking about it, it'd probably be best if we waited. And the reason why is because we were gonna discuss Trump's first year, but he has to do his State of the Union address this week, and so I think it'd be, dope if
Trash.
we waited to
I'm
see
sorry.
how he did.
I don't know, B. I'm getting extra 50 a
That,
week,
that
man.
money,
I'm getting extra 50
money
a week,
talks.
B.
Yeah,
That's what it's about.
I think we need to see how
I got
this,
so much stress.
how this
kicking in.
address goes, and then we'll,
What is he gonna say?
because
man?
it'll be current. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I feel like he does it. I
The
think he's gonna have to do it
least
like
racist guy in the world.
on Tuesday. I
I've
think it's
never been
Tuesday.
that way.
It might be a Tuesday.
Tuesday
I don't know
type
exact date.
situation. This is the very first one, so this is where he has to
we
come
got-
and give a speech.
Yeah, I remember when Obama did.
He just don't give great speeches. He's not. So we went
They
from.
said the same thing about Obama, though.
No, he gave great speeches. He
Man.
wasn't, or
This
like a
dude the
great
most
speech
charismatic
giver.
Dude I ever met in my life.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
he
He
just-
was somebody that you would love to have a cup of coffee with.
Yeah.
Obama was.
Shout out, David Letterman got Netflix again. He got a show on Netflix.
Oh, and Obama was on there, right?
First episode, Obama.
That's
Because
dope.
Obama said once they done out of retirement from the White House and out of the show, they want to sit down and have a cup of coffee, which is STEM Day, and it's actually pretty good. I watched it twice.
Oh wow, I gotta go back and check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Another
Nice
good documentary on Netflix to check out is What Happened, Miss Simone. It's by Nina Simone.
Hey, I don't mind
Great
signing
documentary.
Netflix, y'all, just in case.
What's that?
I don't mind signing Netflix. I know they're gonna come right with us. I just feel like.
Oh, so Netflix offered us
Yeah, I'm ready.
Five-
I'll take
500,000
500,000 right now.
Hey,
Definitely.
Netflix.
Yeah, 500 sound good.
500.
Man,
I ain't gonna
just give
argue
me a
with y'all.
year supply free and $1,000. I'll be
I
in that
will.
thing.
Why would I argue with Netflix? 1,000.
That's
Monique is
hilarious.
greedy, man.
Stop it. All right, well, listen, man. This is Culturally Correct, man. We appreciate you guys checking us out and being tuned in. We will be coming to you guys, obviously, on a regular basis. But this is the pilot, man. This is the first one.
Yes, sir.
It's out the way.
This is
Hey,
number
hey,
one.
Dave,
man.
can you sing that little part on the song?
I will not. I
Come
will
on,
not. I just feel like
Can
you
I
just
be Puffy in the video? Can I
Come
get
on.
on?
I'm just saying,
shiny
man.
suits.
Can I?
That'd
I'm
be
sure. I ain't gonna be all in your video dancing. You want to buy all your video? That's my approach.
Oh, that'd be a good topic for next week, man.
Shiny suits.
Nah, what hip hop movie needs to be next?
Ah.
Like the Rockefeller story is like big, but I feel like it needs we need time.
Need some more time.
Not only does it need time, this is the other thing I feel like there should not be another movie. It should all be series from here on out.
Yeah, Sirius was
agree,
dope.
man.
That new
Sirius
edition, the
is-
new edition. That's the
Yeah.
only way they
You just
could
need
have
more
done that.
time.
What was
That's
that?
but
That was 4
but that's
or
how
5
they do
episodes?
all those.
Pac's movie was trash.
Yeah,
It was-
you know why? Because he's got so much
It's so much
that
was
they
too
couldn't
much,
have put
yeah.
all that
Yeah,
in a
they
2.5
was trying to
hour.
fake
It was nothing
Yeah.
you didn't know in that movie.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, we knew, but for the average person,
I think the average person knew all that stuff
Well, and you know what? That's
because
a good
Pac is
point.
oversaturated.
That's a good point because I feel like people who aren't true like hip hop heads,
Right.
they left the theaters feeling like
Oh, yeah.
super aware and like. But me, I'm like,
This is what.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
And- yeah.
where is-
Like
What-
Biggie
what-
was more in
I'm with y'all
depth.
when y'all-
Notorious was more in depth.
what did
Oh, yeah.
what did New Edition get? 4 or 5 days of an hour apiece?
But that's what
think
the
so.
American Story was. Jackson. That's what that was. It was
Yeah.
a miniseries.
But you felt like,
Temptations,
but you felt like you got all of it.
yep.
But I mean, because you got to do it that way. They just
Yeah.
followed the steps that they already had. Michael Jackson movie was a miniseries. The Temptations was a miniseries.
Yeah.
They just did, and BT did their job.
Just real quick though, just want to throw it out there. 5 Heartbeats over the Temptations movie. Just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with that.
4,
Just real quick. No, just period. Just like
My
just,
hours are.
I can't.
9 to 5. Nights like this.
Big Red wasn't. Big Red was Suge Knight before Suge Knight.
Like when I think that's where Suge Knight got that.
He said, what did he say? He said, Jimmy, it's been a long time.
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Eleanor.
My pal.
Okay, much better.
Yeah, 5 Heartbeats.
Obviously,
Let's do
Dame
Shaw
is not gonna ever wrap this up. Let's keep going.
No, we're done. We done. Listen, we'll be back at you guys next week. We appreciate you guys listening, and as always, like, comment, subscribe. Okay,
Culturally correct.
subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page. We greatly appreciate it. It's culturally correct.
We need you.